Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for coming today. I'm Haziq and I'm looking forward to talking with you today about mini project Communicative English 3 DUE 50032, and our lecturer is Madam Hazrina binti Harumaini. I like to quickly introduce our group members. Okay, first, my name is Muhammad Haziq Faizun bin Muhammad Rizal, number matrix 08DEU 19F1034.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Ridzuan bin Zunuwanas, number matric 08DE19F1012.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Amjad bin Azhar. Number matric is 08DEU19F1020.
Hi, my name is Hidayah binti Muhammad Azmi. My number matric is 08DEU19F1019.
Hi, my name is Liyana binti Rosman. My matric number is 08DEU19F1035.
Introduction. In this introduction, we choose this title because we want to know the development of DEU for a student regarding their online learning experience. At the same time, we would like to hear complaint or suggestion by way of creating a Google form and providing some question that need to answer by DEU for a student about their experience or over years of having copied online classes. In education, we will analyze the data using the answers provided by the students. So we will create graph and pie chart using the data and show the pros and cons during this online learning class.
The graph based on the data that collect from student about preference and difficulties faced by DEU for a student during online class. For the question 1, the bar graph show the problem of internet network at home during online class. The vertical axis show the number of student DEU for A, and the horizontal axis show the response student. 13/14 student, which is 3/4 of student, answer yes. It means they have a problem with internet network. Majority of student DEU for A have a problem with internet connection, like lagging and interference connection during online class session. Besides that, 10 students answer no because they didn't have a problem with internet network and enjoy the class. This shows that the problem of internet network are very common in the class, and this needs to be taken seriously to overcome this problem during the online class. Next, this pie chart show a percentage of students that have problem of internet network at home. 75% answer yes, which means they have a problem with internet network during online class, and 25% answer no, which means they did not have problem with internet network during online class. Then, for the question 2, the bar graph show about financial problem to equip yourself with electronic equipment requirement by the DEU for a student. 20 students answer yes and 20 students answer no. The graph equal within answer yes and no. This indicates the graph is stable and same between answer of yes and no. Therefore, the problem is not too serious but need to be monitored to reduce the problem that occur during online class. Next, this pie chart show a percentage of students that have financial problem to equip themselves with electronic equipment requirement by DEU for a student. 50% answer yes and another 50% answer no. It means half of them have a problem with a financial to equip themselves with electronic equipment, and the other half didn't have a financial problem to equip themselves with electronic equipment requirement.
Hi, my name is Hazi. Now I will talk about the graph. The question is, unable to do face-to-face training as in the workshop, and this will affect the performance or abilities of students during interns in semester 6. Okay, the graph show an increase and boom, because all the students have filled in yes on the Google form that we have created. So that it can be concluded that all students face the same problem. The problem they face is not being able to do face-to-face training in the workshop, and this will also affect the career and abilities of students themselves during semester 6. If only with practical classes, this may affect the mark and problematic when applying for jobs, and as well because due to lack of skill to improve and complete the task given to you. Okay, now the pie chart. This pie chart represents the result of unable to do face-to-face training as in the workshop, and this will affect the performance or abilities of students during the interns in semester 6. From the information shown in this pie chart, you can see the amount selected yes is 100%. This because all these 40 students in DEU 4A have the same problem. This is because everyone does not want to affect their respective career and performance for their career. Okay, the graph shows the result of our question is an increase on the question difficult to communicate and discuss with the lecturer, and in Google form we get 35 yes and 5 more tick to no. These 35 people mark yes because students still prefer online classes because of many problems they face while attending online classes, such as lack of motivation, comprehension of material, decreased level of communication between students and their faculty, and their feeling of isolation caused by online classes. But if they study face-to-face with the lecturer, can also examine the development of the student themselves. So for 5 students, they don't have a problem about the difficult to communicate and discuss with the lecturer. Okay, now we move to pie chart. Pie chart represents a question difficult to communicate and discuss with lecturer. From the information showing, the pie chart has 87% in answer yes, with 35 students and others 13% for 5 students who answer no. So we can conclude that 5 students who answer had no problem to discuss with the lecturer, but for 35 students who other have a trouble discussing and communicating with the lecturer, because not everyone can talk to the lecturer to find out our opinion, because the online classes environment is not the same as being in class face-to-face.
For the question number 5, which is a graph about the class provided the right amount of theoretical and practical experience while online learning. Less than 5 equal to 15 students were voting yes, and more than a third equal to 25 students were voting no. On this situation, for those who voted no, they are actually not unfocused on online learning, but most find it difficult to capture what the lecturers are teaching. Doing practicals are also not an easy thing during an online class. Okay, so this is a pie chart. So in a pie chart showing the percentage of DU for each student, 37% of students voted yes, and another 63% of students voted no to this question. For this point, we can see that most of the students are not get provided the right amount of theoretical and practical experience while online learning. Okay, now for question number 6, the bar graph shows about the DU for a student faced with the environment at home while online learning. Half of them, equal to 20 students, vote yes, and the other half vote no. Based on the question, those who are voted no because their family is very understanding and the situation of at their home is calm and also quiet to study. Those who voted yes because they cannot focus on the noisy situation at home and outside. Not only that, they are also stressed when study and doing online presentation. They argue learning online with face-to-face learning is different. While studying in a classroom, we can focus fully on what the lecturer is teaching without any interruption. We can keep asking questions if we don't understand. The pie chart represents about the percentage of TU for a student feels about the environment while online learning. So the respondent voted yes are 15% and voted no are also 15%. Frankly, the value of students who voted yes is as much as the voted no.
For question 7, the graph shows that the total of TU for A students answering no is more than yes. The 30 of them answering no and the rest answering yes. The no answer means that online learning is not effective enough compared to physical class. Most of them answering no because during online classes it is difficult to focus because we can easily distracted by many things at home. But when we do physical class, we can more focus because we sit in the class and we have nothing to do other than learning. Other than that, we are also lack interaction with lecturer that can lead students to stay quiet without asking anything about what we learn to lecturer. But it also has a few of them answering yes, or they think that online learning is more effective than physical class because during online learning we can always watch back the recording if we miss anything, but in physical class we have no recording to watch back. So this is the pie chart for question 7 that shows 75% of TU for a student answering no and 25% of TU for a students answering yes. So that means most of our classmates think that online learning is not quite effective.
This graph is about a survey conducted on student DEU4A if they enjoy online learning. It shows the number of students answer yes for this survey are less than those that answer no. 6 students answer yes for this survey. It means just 6 students enjoy online learning. On this other hand, 34 students did not enjoy online learning because they answer no. Next one is percentage of student DEU4A that enjoy online learning. Majority of them, which is 85%, did not like online learning. The remaining student, which is 15%, like online learning.
Next is for question 9. So we can see here that the total of our classmates answering yes is more than no, which is 25 of us answering yes and 15 of us answering no. So that means most of our classmates having a problem about interacting well with other classmates. For this question, most of the reasons are because sometimes the internet connection is not quite good and slow, so it is hard to talk or discussing with our classmates. Besides that, during online classes, sometimes our classmates were busy with their own works at home. Then, when we need some help from them, we need to message them through WhatsApp or Telegram, which will take some time for them to answer or reply. So here is the pie chart for this question that shows 62 of the U4A students answering yes meaning that they have a problem with interacting well with the other classmates. But and 38% answering no, that means they have no problem with them. This is not a problem for them.
Based on this question, we find a graph showing the answer student DEU for A of enough study essential at home is good. It shows the number of students that have enough study essential at home is higher than students did not have enough study essential at home. 35 students answer yes for this survey. It means they have study essential at home. On this answer, 5 students did not have enough study essential. Next, we can see the percentage of student DEU for A enough study essential at home. Majority of them did not have any problem for study essential at home, which percentage is 88%. The remaining students, which is 20%, have problem in study essential at home.
Lastly, this bar graph represents the data that collect from students about online learning preference and difficulties faced by DEU for A student during December 2020 session. The vertical axis shows the number of student DEU for A and the horizontal is difficulties faced by a student DEU for A. Next, first of bar graph, it shows the problem of internet network at home. There are 13 over 14 or 3/4 of students have a problem with internet network. Then, from the graph, question 1 and question 3 have a significant different number of students that have a problem with internet network and effect of performing during intern. We can say that the bar graph is increased from question 1 to question 3. That means difficulties faced by the EU4A student of question 3 more than question 1.
The bar graph in question 2 to question 3 is a jump because all the answers given are yes, and question 3 also got the most data as compared to other questions. And also the bar graph in question 4 decreased slightly as compared to question 3, which increased.
Okay, from the bar graph in question 6, we can see significant decrease from question 4. After that, we can find that for question 5, there is a slight improvement from question 6.
For the bar graph question 2, we can see that the number of students is equal with question 5. It means half of students have the problem with internet network and feel uncomfortable with environment at home. Besides that, we can find out that the graph decreased from question 2 and question 7.
For question 10 to question 8 is drop, and for question 8 to question 9 is increase.
And for question 9, we can see here that the total of students answering yes rose from 6 to 25 total. That means many of them answering yes because they have a problem about interacting well with other classmates.
For the conclusion, a comparative study was conducted between classroom learning and online learning. This study was conducted by evaluating the online learning outcome of student application published in book and reviews. Studies show that compared to conventional learning in a classroom environment, online learning has many benefits. So there are some ways to improve our online learning skills. Okay, first of all, before we start our online class, make sure we can find a better place with a better internet connection so that we can get and we cannot get any problem with our online learning. So we can reduce stress while studying and will be calmer to study. Then we need to prepare all of our goods before start online classes, such as prepare all the notebooks and stationeries and make sure our laptop or computer also in a good condition so that we can get our our classes in ready state.
Next is if we get any grouping work, we need to give our cooperation with our group members. We also can make more online discussion to complete our assessment. We also can make more connection with our fellow classmates. If there anything we want to ask or want them to help us on something. We also can make more connection with our fellow classmates. If there anything we want to ask or want them to help us on something. Lastly, during online classes, we are not getting physical interaction with our lecturer, so we can easily lose our interest through the class. So that's why we need to stay motivated to get a good grade in our studies. So our mini project is about online learning preference and difficulties. So we make a survey about it and send to all our classmates. All the graph we explained just now are 10 of the questions that contained in the survey. We explain about two graphs, which is pie chart and bar graph for all the 10 questions. And the last graph is overall data about DU for A students answering yes in the questions. So that's all from us. Thank you for listening.